sign is out. Hold my coat, will you? Oh, too? You ever read it?
I have, as a matter of fact.
I think so. At least we're not shutting down your free speech, though, like you guys did. Protesting the propaganda.
What is the propaganda? What exactly are you protesting?
The way the refugee ban is being portrayed.
Okay. So what do you think?
I think Obama did the same thing, and it was a different standard.
So, no refugees should be allowed?
Not enough, but from those certain countries, they can't do that because they have no system.
So we need to turn people down because they come from Muslim countries.
Unless there's extreme vetting, yeah.
How do we know that they're extremists?
You don't, so you don't let them in until you know.
So you just pretty much turn everybody down.
So you agree what happened during the Second World War with the Japanese internment in America? You think that was a good thing?
No.
So why do you think this is a good thing? What's the difference?
What's the difference?
What's the difference? Yeah.
Nobody's going to camps. It's talking about letting people in the country.
So what's the difference though?
Where do you think they live? They live in the refugee camps. And we're not letting them in, so they're going to continue living in the camps where there is no access to water.
It's not a right to come to America.
It's not a right.
It's not a guarantee.
We're a sovereign country.
So I'm not American.
It's a
She's not
privilege.
American. We
You
live
think it's a
here
privilege.
and we work here
And we want you here if you've come legally.
But you know what? A lot of these people that were stopped at the border, they have American passports. They have
And they'll be vetted and
passports.
let through legally
Yeah,
in
but
time.
you know what? They were stopped for days. They were kept from the
It's okay to harm a
Obama did the
few
same thing, and nobody
just
was
to
complaining.
benefit
It's okay
the
to
whole.
harm if you
Hey,
just in like,
I didn't like George Bush either.
yeah.
I don't like Obama. I didn't like George Bush.
I think you're taking that out of context.
Yeah. Have
You're
you read the
totally
Quran?
allowed to
Have
think
you
that.
read the Quran?
No, I have not.
So how can you stand here with something with a quote from the Quran if you haven't read it?
It's a quote. It's a source
It's a
document.
quote. It's a source document.
But you read, right? You know the importance of reading within the context. You know there are
Do
a
you
lot
know,
of
do you
things
know that Jesus is actually a prophet in the Quran in Islam? Do you know that?
I do know that.
Yeah. So how can Jesus
I don't
say
believe that,
here?
but I do know that that's what's written in the
The thing
Quran.
is, you guys should propagate love and not hate. And this
Yeah.
is what it is.
It's
I
underlying
have a
love.
question for.
ahead.
Do you know who St. Francis of Assisi is?
Yeah.
And he's a good guy.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if you know the story of St. Francis and the Sultan.
Yes. I was raised.
Story.
I was raised in the Catholic
But
religion.
you know, St. Francis went to Egypt,
Yes, he did.
fully expecting to be martyred because of all the conflicts of the the wars that were going on, the Crusades, all that. Okay. And so, you know, in the early days, to be a martyr was very important. That was like a highest way of giving, to be a martyr for your faith. So I would prefer you not to.
I bet.
Huh?
I'm sorry, but I'm going to continue to film.
And may I ask what you're going to do? Okay, well, I don't care. I mean, is this a true story? So Francis went, and he found his way to the Sultan. And he went into the tent. And the Sultan, Islam, Muslim, they sat down together. They sat down together.
All right, spare me the history
to
lesson.
talk
Here's
and pray.
one thing that I have a problem with. is that
No, just a minute. And I am just saying, what happened to Francis? And what
everybody else.
Do you realize, though, that you could find passages in the Bible that say basically the same thing as what, I mean, you can cherry pick from either of these documents,
Well, cherry pick one, pull it out for us.
Yeah, pull one out. Cherry
Well,
pick.
I would like to finish my story because what Francis recognized in the Sultan was a holy man. And what the Sultan recognized in St. Francis was a holy man. And the fact was, the two of them sat down to have dialogue.
Honey, she wants to take the
They didn't fight, they didn't kill one another. They recognized the God of Jews, the God of Islam, and the God of Christian is the one true God. We worship the same God.
That's not the point, though. Here's my point: is you have liberal politicians who have destabilized the Middle East, and now they want to just let people in. That's
Okay,
my problem.
but I guess what
Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama went into Libya.
Okay.
They went into Syria.
Yeah,
I didn't like George Bush
I
because he
don't
was
like
a warmonger.
politics, so I'm not getting
Well, I do
into
like
it.
politics.
But what I'm
This
just
is a
saying
political issue.
is,
This
not
is a
religious.
political issue. It
but
has
we need
nothing to do with
recognize the
religion.
goodness in each other.
And
So
I
when we
love that
have-
you want to share that, but this is not a religious thing.
But then that's
Because this is how I feel about the situation.
Yeah, but that's not political. This is pulling things out of the religion.
It is.
And okay, do you know that there are Syrians that are Christians? Like,
Absolutely, I know
you would
that.
let
Who have been getting
How
slaughtered over
ridiculous
there
to
and murdered?
assume I don't know that
you think
exactly.
They should come in? They
Why are
should
you
feel
so
like-
indignated? You're indignated.
Why are
because
you calling me
we
a
are-
name?
Nobody.
Your name calling. Indignated?
Indignated. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's called
I would
indignant.
never call
Well,
you.
Anyway,
Indignant
I guess
is
we
the
need
term.
to open and understand each other's point, and not just because there have
Do you
been
need
some
one in order
Muslims
to have intellect?
For top 25.
that have
Do I
killed.
need a doctoral degree to be smart?
They're not all. People are basically good.
Yeah, just leave it.
So, people are all sinners.
You're Christians, but you hate Muslims.
We are all sinners. We're born sinners. That's what I believe.
But whether what
We
you
are not all good. That's not true.
But you know what?
We are not all good.
Jesus didn't come because we sinned.
Absolutely, he did
Jesus came because God desired to be one with us, and God loves us.
not. I know this. You're not telling me anything I don't
You
know
have
about
a right
that
to be
part.
here and to express your
Absolutely.
opinion, but you are misrepresenting Islam with that sign. My husband is a Muslim, and he practices a very
Did he send you
peaceful
over here to
religion.
talk to me?
Absolutely not. because
Okay.
I
He's
have
not
a free
here.
mind, and
He's
so
not
is my
here.
husband.
But his family,
Listen, Mom. No, it's okay. Because obviously
his
we're not
family
going
is
to
the
change
most
her mind.
loving family.
She's trying to just humiliate anybody who says anything against her way of thinking.
Do you think all Muslims
But
are
we
bad?
have a right to speak out against what you are
Absolutely.
doing.
Yes.
Just as you have a right to speak your mind.
Absolutely.
But you know what you should do? You should really educate yourself on what Islam practices before you hold up a sign like that is just
I have
actually
zero interest in Islam as a
Oh,
faith.
so
as
what
a
you're
faith
doing then
as
is
far
just
as
taking
applying
things-
it to me.
What you're doing is just taking words that have been translated by somebody who may or may not be actually Muslim, and you are misrepresenting a religion that you actually admitted you know nothing about. That's wonderful
Is it okay if I
representation.
take a picture of your sign? Go ahead. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Wait, is that Spanish for what? First?
yeah.
Is that what that? Okay. You know, I mean, there's a lot that he says that I agree with, in the sense that I don't think our country should be forcing our view of democracy or anything else on other countries.
Well, that's
Why
we have
are they
that's why
coming
we
to
have
our
this problem,
country?
though. That's why we have the refugee problem, is exactly because of politicians who meddled in the Middle East.
It's
Like-
true.
like
We
Bush
broke them up.
And Obama, and Trump is against that. That's why I stand for him. And for the way things have been painted like this, it's so dishonest. That's why I'm here today. You know,
Well-
Trump is against war. He voted against the Iraq war. Hillary voted for the war. She's the one causing the refugee problem. Absolutely. There's no well.
But the fact is that they are refugees now. So whether, whoever created the problem, they're still refugees who are basically innocent. They didn't do anything to put them into the situation they're in. And,
Yeah, but when you have a country that is in complete chaos, there's no way to vet those people, so you can't have them in here. That's true.
well, first of all, the people that have green cards and and who when he talks about extreme vetting, we already have extreme vetting. They do a lot of vetting for the people that have been given.
How can you vet someone with no paper trail when these countries have absolutely? I mean, I've traveled a lot. I've been all around the world.
Yeah,
And I know some countries are completely third world. They have no database. There's no way you can check it. So, I mean, you can have CNN saying it's fine, but they're the same people that lied about the election. They lied about everything. You don't believe them now.
So basically, you're saying why try? It's really hard. So